Investigators are following every lead possible to find the person responsible for the murder of 4 University of Idaho students in their home. Moscow police are moving 5 vehicles that were parked near the crime scene. They're moving them to a secure location to continue processing evidence. They didn't say if those vehicles belong to the victims or how they're connected to the case. As of now, police say they still have no murder weapon and no suspects.
They better have something. They better have something. Because if you're just hiding all this and you got nothing, it's pretty hard to forgive.
That was the father of Kaylee-Goncalves, who is now waiting for justice. Kaylee and 3 other U of I students were stabbed to death in their sleep. He says he feels responsible for her death and wishes he could have done things differently.
As a dad, you know, people can blame all kinds of people, but when it really comes down to the hardcore facts, there's some things I could have done where my daughter wouldn't have been put in that situation.
A father still searching for answers more than 2 weeks after the bodies of his daughter and 3 of her friends were found in their home near campus in Moscow. We're learning new details from Steve Goncalves, who says his family was able to crack into Kaylee's phone for police instead of detectives going through a process that would have taken weeks.
We got in there right away. We were able to adjust some of the timelines. They didn't have the exact same notes as we did. I heard Ethan's parents, I believe, suggested that their timeline might need to be adjusted as well.
Word of the murders of Kaylee, her best friend Madison Mosion, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin traveled fast in the small community.
I found out my daughter was passed away 5 hours before the officers contacted me. Her own cousin found out that she had passed away and contacted us, and she just asked us, have you guys heard anything about Kaylee? Have you heard what's happening? And at that time, there was not all the details. And we were like, whoa, what's going on?
Steve says police didn't want to break the news over the phone. They wanted to knock on his door and do it in person. He says while police have not shared many details, he's seen their faces and he's hoping that they're working hard to get justice.
I'm putting my faith in that I'm reading that situation correctly and trying to work with them, not against them, not being a distraction, not creating more noise for the case, but at the same time giving the community something to talk about so there isn't just nothing but rumors.
Kaylee's family has plans for a celebration of life closer to next summer.
My wife's biggest fear, and part of the reason we didn't have a funeral, is because she couldn't be guaranteed that monster was going to not be there.
Steve says there was one piece of news police did share that brought his family some comfort.
We were scared to death that our girls were raped. So, yeah, that would have been even worse. My wife would not have been able to recover from that. She's having a hard enough time as it is. So knowing that wasn't there, that was some kind of relief.